It was like a needle in a haystack. They found him, and their hearts got on fire. And then they went and told the people in the temple, and they all started coming out, but not in, first probably 10, 20, and eventually in the thousands were there. And Jesus often mentions these Pharisees, the priests at the time, like to admire their own phylacteries, their own robes and everything, you see. They sat at the highest places. And eventually, they had no more audience, see. And eventually, they probably tried and then whatnot, and then he called them out. He says, "You brood of vipers, you den of thieves, and what you've done to the people, and he said, "You think because you're a Jew, you're getting into heaven? God could turn these stones into Jews. That he does something to me that's so much better, and so I'm a slave to him. I want to be. He's holy. I'm not whole. I'm not whole body, mind, and soul. I'm not without him. And I'll always, when I'm with people like Sean Penn, who is brilliant, genius actor, I have a gift, but I'm so much better at my gift with him in me. There's a lot of temptations in the business, but I'm not an easy guy to love. So, I'm very fortunate that my wife, Carrie, loves me and my children love me, and I'm very content with that. But the gift really is, how many people I can help Jesus to lead to heaven, because ultimately that's where we need to be. Recently, a friend of mine, David Rodriguez, when we met back in 2004 when I did The Passion, and he was this big, incredible fighter he was, you see. But he started asking me stuff about The Passion. He said, "Do you actually believe in that stuff?" And I said, "I do." And it was worth everything. It was worth my life. At about 14 years old, really bad thing happened in Iran. I was running out on a road, and my feet were all cut up, and I didn't have any. I ran like 8 or 10 miles to my friend's house. Jane, Hashim Shalon, the guy next to me, was a SEAL like you, and he said, "You can't hurt us." And I remember thinking that when you're wounded in the heart, physically you can do anything to me, but because my heart was so wounded, and I asked God to help me, I reached a point where I didn't want to live any longer. And when people, especially now, the suicide rate is so high, and I always tell people that are out there thinking, "I want to end it." I said, "Can you imagine if I'd have ended it?" And when God would have said, "Look, I won't, you young man, boy, 14, 15, here's what I had planned for you." I was going to play his son. What a sad thing that would have been.